What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sota Pod YouTube channel for more World Junior 2025 coverage. Sorry we weren't able to cover the majority of this first period. That freaking US game against Germany went so long, double digits in scoring for the United States, but a lot of goals being challenged. There was a lot to delay that game, but we will cover the rest of this game and then all of the Canada versus Finland game. Let's be honest, the most important game of the day. Two juggernaut teams going up against each other, but so far a very competitive game. I joined around the 7-minute mark. We're at 3:20 right now in the first period, so we'll continue the play-by-play. We'll continue the focus coverage of this game, ladies and gentlemen. Czechia versus Switzerland. Switzerland, as a lot of you guys know, they're my darling team to cover. And some nice passing, tic-tac-toe from Switzerland. Unable to get that shot on net from the right side. But overall, a very fun program to follow Switzerland. I mean, they go out in their shield, much like that German team did against the United States. Big shout out to everybody watching here. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on X, what are you doing with your life? Come over to come over to YouTube. If you're on Twitter and X /Facebook or Facebook and X /Twitter, get your ass over to YouTube. That is where you can comment in our live chat. We're going to get a poll question going. That's where our community is. And that's where we post so much content here on the channel if you're a fan of the Sota Pod, hockey, and of course, Team USA and the Minnesota Wild. 2 minutes and 29 seconds on the clock. All right, we're focusing back in on the play-by-play and coverage here. Yes, hit the like button. Thank you guys for helping us get to 25 likes on the last stream. If you missed the USA versus Germany live stream, we'll be here throughout the rest of this game. 2 more periods, and then all of Canada and Finland. Canada-Finland stream is up as well if you want to go and give that a like already. Great to see you, Gun-Toting Granny. I hope you had a wonderful Christmas. I hope you had a great holiday season overall. And I hope and wish you a very happy early New Year. All right, let's get a poll question here. Let's get a poll question. Let's do, will this game be closer than USA versus Germany? Yes. No. Easy poll question. Easy poll question. Riley Mercer, Hope Hoda, Jennabush, Adrenaline. Wait, what the heck? Oh my God, it's Pauline. She's back. Pauline is the biggest hockey troll I've ever seen on this platform. Hope you did too. Happy Boxing Day. Yes, thank you. Oh, you just warmed my heart. You just warmed my heart. Happy Boxing Day to all my Canadians out there. To my fellow Canadians, happy Boxing Day. I should have challenged Hoppy to a boxing match on live stream today. He's actually scared to box me. He's literally on his Twitter account right now being like, Bare Knucks, Hoppy, Bare Knucks. All right. Puck has dropped 2 minutes and 18 seconds on the clock, and Czechia keeps this puck in the zone. And a nice shot by Czechia, and a great save by the Swiss netminder, and pushing and shoving in front of the net here by seemingly one of the younger Swiss players. The inside joke, Gun-Toting Granny, is he challenged me to a boxing match one night when I forget where. I think we had a couple beers in us. I didn't know it was a drinking game. And me being the combat sports guys, I'm like, all right, drop the gloves. Let's go. And he's like, no, not that type of boxing match. Oh, man. That was actually a beautiful save. That was a beautiful save there. We're going to have a face-off to the left of the Swiss and netminder. 2 minutes on the clock in this first period. Shots 10-8 for Czechia. Czechia leads 1-0. Fighting for it at center. Good job by Switzerland getting that puck back into the Czechia zone. And again, the Czechs, the Slovaks, their programs seemingly just keep getting better and better recently. Now, it comes in waves for sure. But last year, both Slovaks and Czechs were good. Year before, they were good, and I'm excited to see them play here again this year. Slovaks actually had a fun game in the first Well, it was fun until, I guess, Sweden just ran away with it in the third period. But the first 2 periods are fun. Swiss, they have it. Behind their net, waiting for the change. All right, and here, they make their breakout. For how long they waited, it wasn't much of a breakout there as they lost the puck right at the Czechs' blue line. And here come the Czechs, right side. Nice move, skating for it. Dumping, chasing, and a nice hit by Czechia. But the puck trickles out, and Switzerland has it. But getting his pocket picked was the Czechs. And man, a very hard-fought game here. Switzerland now has it right outside the blue line, fighting for it, trying to push that puck into the Czechia zone, and they do. And a nice cross-ice pass to the Czechs. And Switzerland on him, picks his pocket. Now we have a battle on the boards. Puck trickles into the neutral zone. 31 seconds on the clock in this first period. Again, my apologies. I wasn't able to follow or cover the entirety of the first period, but we'll be focusing on the second and third. I guess they had to start this game on time and couldn't wait like the last game because they have to have Finland and Canada start. Because that's the big one. Oh, nice weaving there by the Swiss player, and actually dives and gets that puck up, and a shot. Unable to get it. We're not able to get a goal there. But he was tripped up, which is why he fell. Still able to make that pass. And yeah, Switzerland's going to start the second period on a power play. All right, you're banned, dude. You're banned. Goodbye. Yeah, Pauline Mercer's fucked, dude. You're banned. Goodbye. 5 seconds on the clock here, and Switzerland's going to have 5 seconds on the power play here and start that second period. Basically full power play. I mean, 5 seconds was shaved off there. And that is it for the first period. Again, didn't watch much of the first period. I caught the last 7 to 8 minutes as we were covering the USA-Germany game, which turned out, again, the box score of that game doesn't tell the whole story. The box score of that game does not tell the whole story because the Germans are actually pretty competitive in that one. I'm interested to see how they play some of the other teams this tournament. What's up, Hockey from Home? Good to see you. All right, let's bring the box score back up here, ladies and gentlemen, and see what we missed for those who were watching the US game as well. All right. So yeah, this morning, Sweden defeated Slovakia 5-2, but it was a very close game up until the third period. Yeah, the United States just beat Germany 10-4, and the Czechs are up on the Swiss right now. And it was Miroslav Holinka who scored for the Czechs, assisted by Thomas Galvas. Let's take a look at Miroslav right now. Let's see. Where does he play? Oh, Hockey from Home. He's a Leafs prospect. Gross. He was drafted in the 5th round in this last year's draft. He's a right-handed center, and he has 21 points in 23 games in his first year in the WHL. You know what? I give him props, man. I give him props coming out of the top Czech league where he only had 3 points in 16 games last year. Made the jump over to North America upon being drafted in the 5th round and actually doing well in his first WHL season as not only a first-year player in the best junior league on the planet and toughest junior league on the planet, but also a European player coming over, having to get used to the style of game. 10 goals in the dub, too. So a goal scorer, and he's doing it again here for the Czechs. 10-4, Hockey from Home, 10-4. And that's it. So then Wojtek Husinki, he took the penalty for the Czechs at the end of that period. And like I said, Switzerland, they shaved 5 seconds off. By the way, guys, if you're watching on X or Facebook, what are you doing with your life? Come over to YouTube and come join us here. All right, so that's it for the box score. Pretty even game thus far. 10 shots for the Czechs, 9 for Switzerland. Switzerland narrowly leading the faceoffs, 8-6. Not bad, not bad. All right, let's get a poll question going. Or we already got one going. Let's check in on the poll question. Will this game be closer than USA versus Germany? Everyone's saying yes thus far. Let's set the like goal. You know, fuck it. We'll set it at 25 likes again. I know in the Canada game, we're probably going to have quite a bit more viewership. But you know what? Let's set it at 25 likes again. Let's aim for the stars. Okay, so wait, this was his third World Juniors. Oh, okay, never mind. No, the captain. I was going to say Edward Sale. And yeah, he was drafted by the Kraken in 2023 in the first round, actually. Played very well in the Czech league, played 2 years OHL, and is playing for the Coachella Valley Firebirds right now, which honestly, a respectable 13 points in 23 games, first year pro in North America. All right, what are your guys' score predictions for this one? Based off that first period, it looks like a pretty tight game. So I'm going to say 4-3 for the Czechs. I'm going to say, actually, no, the Czechs could get rolling. 4-2 for the Czechs. 4-2 for the Czechs. I think they get rolling in the second and third period a little bit more. However, if the Swiss beat them, I'll be happy because, again, the Swiss are like my darling team to root for. Smash that like button on YouTube, guys. If you're watching on Facebook, if you're watching on X/Twitter, get your ass over to YouTube. Join our community here. Vote in the poll question here. We're totally We're not interactive on Facebook. We're not interactive on X. We are interactive on YouTube. The only reason we are streaming to X and Facebook is to tell you guys to get your ass over to YouTube. 6-1 Czechs, locking it in. That was a good first period, though, Mateo? Bro, I swear, Mateo is one of the few, and keywords few, because there's a lot of beauties in the live chat here who are American, who love this tournament, but one of the few Americans who actually watch this tournament and love this tournament as much as Canadians, man. Because I swear, there's some diehard Minnesota Wild fans out there, and again, living in Minnesota here, who watch every single Wild game, didn't even know this tournament was a thing. Makes me sick, to be perfectly honest. But anyways. And I just love how like Mateo and Guntung Granny and a lot of our American friends are literally watching Czechia versus Switzerland. Which again, if you're like a hardcore, like there's some guys to watch in this game, and you know that the styles in which both these teams play is very, very different, which should make for some fun hockey. I'm also a sicko. No, but that's a good thing. That's what I'm saying. You're like on Canada's level for being a sicko when it comes to hockey. Which I love. All right. As always, guys, smash that like button and subscribe. Vote in the poll question. And I mean, we can talk Canada-Finland a little bit here too, if a lot of you aren't dialed into this one. It's going to be a nail biter. I imagine, because I mean, Canada was minus 250 favorite to win that one. If I'm betting on Finland. Obviously rooting for Canada. They're the faster team, no doubt. But what Canada team are we going to see here? Are we going to see a team that plays in sync? Are we going to see a team that has chemistry? Are we going to see a bunch of stars doing star things, but then play a tough like system-based teams like a Finland, right? Like for me, Finland's the fucking kryptonite, right? Like Finland, I mean, obviously if we see the Americans play like they did last year, which I mean, they haven't really yet. Although they had some moments last year where I was like, oh, is this the team that I actually thought would win the whole thing? And then it was like, okay, yeah, those predictions were confirmed as the tournament went on. What few players outside of the United States and Canada, Mateo, are you looking forward to watching the most in this tournament? Let me know. Guys, we're going to take a quick break. On the other side, we will be back to continue our coverage of the 2025 World Junior Championship, ladies and gentlemen. Again, for all of you on X, for all of you on Facebook, get your ass over to YouTube. Smash that like button. Vote in the poll question. We will be back for more play-by-play commentary, reaction, and, of course, live interaction with all you amazing folks in the live chat. And yeah, we'll be back for more coverage on the other side. Smash that like button as we and refill your coffee, refill your snack bowl, refill your beer glass, vino, or if you're recovering from the holidays, late nights, hanging out with the family during this holiday season, refill your water bottle and them electrolytes. But back on the other side after a quick word from our friends at one of the best breweries out there, 9 Mile Brewing. Back after this quick break. Don't go anywhere, and don't forget to like the video as well. More coverage on the other side.
People like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th Hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that. We kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall, and now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, I mean, we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. Oof, that Nashville take aged a little poorly there, eh? Back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for more World Junior coverage, ladies and gentlemen. Czechia versus Switzerland right now, and it was a very competitive first period, back and forth. I don't see this being a extremely high-scoring game. Now, some of you in the poll question think so. Some of you in the poll question think so, but not many. Vote in the poll question if you haven't already. Smash that like button. Let's try to get to 25 likes on the video, ladies and gentlemen. Let's try to get to 25 likes on the video. That is the goal. Reminder, Finland, Canada after this, ladies and gentlemen. Finland, Canada after this. Urban, what's going on, buddy? Thank you so much for joining. Every wild prospect for sure is who you're looking out for. Hey, fair enough. William Eklund off Sweden. I'm in pain from what our Wild are doing. Having a great season? Victor Eklund. Oh, right. His younger brother. I know. Love you, Urban, but I mean, that's just textbook Minnesota Wild comment right there. We've had such a good season thus far, but this month sucks, so I'm sick and I'm in pain, bro. It should be fine, Urban. They've dug themselves, or not even dug. They've given themselves enough runway where, even if, they struggle a little bit with, X still out. they'll get back on the train and they will be fine. It's not like the rest of the NHL has really figured them out yet, because there's not much to figure out. They play a pretty simple game. It's just these special teams have to get their shit together. I don't think it's going to be an anchor, but it's definitely not going to help them out down the stretch, and especially in the playoffs. But Ek being healthy is one of the key things, in my opinion. And obviously, Gustafsson continuing to play as good as he is. So many injuries, yes, but that is not unique to just the Wild, right? Every NHL team is playing hurt. But yes, like I said, Ek for me, that's the big one. That's the big one. We need a pure goal scorer, and the special teams equals first round exit. Oh, so much negativity. Dog, the Wild have been so good this year. I don't care if they struggle a bit without Ek. But I don't know. I mean, so far, I did not predict the Wild to have this successful a season. I didn't even think they were going to make the playoffs. So for me, the bar was set, I thought, realistic, and they've exceeded it thus far. So I'm proud of the boys, and I've liked so far what I've seen, other obviously than the friggin' special teams. That at this point, I don't blame the boys as much as I blame like the coaches. Like at this point, it's like, man, like definition of insanity, right? Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Now, maybe they don't have the personnel to be able to do anything different. I'll concede to that to a certain degree, but like, man, I don't know. That's the big thing for me, and pretty much for everyone at this point. Yeah, but yeah, scoring wise, he does need to score, but I think I know people overlook everything else he does, and they're like, if you're not scoring, then you're not a good hockey player, which that's very, very far from the case. But obviously he's one of those guys who needs to score, and and the streakiness has been one of the things we've been critical of him. So like, I'm not going to sit here and defend like, oh, well, he's making up for the lack of scoring with everything. No, not quite, but he is far from the issue. He is far from the issue. And he's still given this team a chance to win every night. The Boldy hate from this market is absolutely insane, if you ask me. And it's like every platform, man. It's like Twitter hates him. YouTube hates him. I'm not sure about Facebook. Probably Facebook hates him too. But yeah, right now it's just been like him and Kaprizov, and this team does need some secondary scoring for sure. Hopefully some of these young guys on the rise can provide that. All right. Good thing we're in intermission here, because my whole NHL Network app just died. So we're going to reset that. As the puck is about to drop for this second period, ladies and gentlemen. And I appreciate every single one of you joining. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, so you never miss a live stream. And we're going to be streaming a lot during this tournament, ladies and gentlemen. This is the greatest tournament in sports, and it's such an honor to be able to cover it and hang out with you guys. So thank you so much for giving me some of your guys' time and for hanging out with us here today. Again, the USA and Germany game, obviously the score was crazy, but it was a fun game to watch, and I truly think that the Canada-Finland game is going to be the game of the day. I mean, maybe this one, but shit, man, that's going to be a hard one for Canada. Like I said, minus 250 for Canada. Obviously, they're the favorites, but I'd bet on Finland personally. Just saying. I don't hate Boldy. I hate when he disappears. So that's fair. And I didn't mean to say that you hate Boldy. I'm just saying there is a lot of hate towards Boldy. I'd say more Wild fans hate Boldy than they love him, which blows my mind given how hard he plays game in and game out. Boldy's drop-up coincides exactly with when he forced to play with Johansson and Hartman Goudreau, so I think he'll be fine when Ek is back. I'm more in that camp too. But and it's a fair expectation that, well, if he's a top player on this team, he should be able to play with anybody, right? But again, he's a goal scorer and a physical player. He's not quite a power forward, because power forwards in the 90s and mid 2000s were obviously kind of fighters as well. Having said that, he's kind of a new age power forward. I really think a lot of Wild fans overlook the physical play. Now, sometimes it bites him in the ass because you overcommit for a hit and just miss or trip himself up. But I like the other things he does. Maybe I'm on an island, though. Maybe I'm on an island. Second period about to drop, ladies and gentlemen. And I love the conversation, though, guys. Love the conversation. We're sports fans. We gotta bitch and complain. Although I do think Wild fans bitch and complain a little too much sometimes, especially when we have a good season. But we're sports fans, man. We gotta talk through our misery sometimes. And I am here. I am a soundboard for all you beauties. Smash that like button. Let's get to 25 likes. Switzerland starting on the power play, ladies and gentlemen. And Czechia battling in the corner right of their netminder. 1 minute and 29 seconds. Switzerland still has it. Who are you guys rooting for in this game? Or are you just hoping for a good game? Are you wanting to see like the underdogs in Switzerland win? Do you want to see Czechia just kick ass and take name to see if they can be more of a threat to some of the other big teams down the road? What are your thoughts on this matchup? Are you just enjoying the hockey? Switzerland able to keep this in. They pass and draw pass outside the circle, shot, rebound, and Czechia bats that out of the zone all the way length of the ice. Netminder plays it. Switzerland, they're going to reset. And right there, you can see they got two deep. Czechia playing a lot different PK than that of the Americans did in that last game, where they had one man deep chasing, one man at center, and two at the blue line. Nice drop back pass for Switzerland. Switzerland moving the puck extremely well here. Back to the blue line again. Right side shot. Oh, that went just over the net. Beautiful shot by Switzerland. Back to the blue line. Right side. Unable to take that pass. That bounces up the boards. Switzerland still has it. Slot shot. Nice save by Czechia's netminder. Back into the corner. Switzerland, great job keeping this puck alive and moving it around here on their power play. Final seconds, though. Can they get one more shot? Outside the circle, shot. Oh, no, they were looking for a backdoor pass there. Unable to complete it. And that pass will be intercepted by the Czechs. Can't find their man who was just lurking right outside the box. And Switzerland's going to come right back in. We got some tired legs for Czechia. Shot! And that goes wide. Must have bounced off somebody there. 17:48 on the clock. Puck trickles down. Switzerland still has it. I imagine Switzerland's probably got some tired bodies on the ice as well. Beautiful forecheck there by the Czechs and a nice backhand pass by Switzerland. Man, Switzerland's playing a fun game here in the start of this tournament. Nice hit by Czechia, and the puck bounces right. Back up the other way are the Czechs. Oh, what a move! What a move! What a move! Oh my God, did you guys see that? Holy crap! Beautiful deke. Beautiful deke toe drag. Oh my God, by the Czech player, unable to get that puck in as he darted to the netminder after that, and Switzerland has it. Beautiful cross ice pass by Switzerland. Switzerland shot doesn't land. Oh my God, what a fun start to the second period, guys. Yo, what's up, Isaiah? Good to see you. Czechs with it. Merry Christmas, Isaiah. And Urban, happy holidays, guys, if I didn't say so already. Swiss able to get it out of their zone. Not quite. Past the center. Shot almost tipped by number 28 for the Czechs, and Switzerland's going to calm things down. My goodness. Yeah, when you're the only threat on your line, it's easy to shut one guy down. What worries me about Boldy is the disappearance is his leadership answer in the NHL Network interview with Faber. Boldy basically doesn't want to take lead, which means he doesn't want to be a guy on the line. Faber didn't say that, though, did he? What was the exact quote? I feel like I'm on an island being overly optimistic about this team. It's good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yes, we will be doing the Canada game as well. Adam Bednack. I don't even know what number he was. Oh, he's playing in the USHL. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, why is my... Sorry, guys. My NHL network just keeps freezing. Which isn't good if you're calling the game. All right, one more time here. Let's try this again. I am on the old iPad. I should change things up. For the Canada game, we'll go on my computer so that it won't freeze. That's when I stream wild games with you guys. I just do it all from my laptop to make sure that everything's good. But anyways, oh, huge hit by Czechia. 15:38 on the clock here. And the Czechs enter the zone. Top of the circle. Nice shot. Beautiful glove save by the Swiss goalie. Holy crap, ladies and gentlemen. It's a long quote, and it was Boldy that answered. And he said he didn't want to... Wait. Boldy basically doesn't want to take the lead, which to me doesn't want to be the guy on the line. Okay, well, I'll have to listen to the quote. I'll have to listen to the interviewing quote. In fairness, though, he's not the guy. He's the winger who creates space and shoots, right? And he was that in college, too. But obviously, you want to take the initiative to win. But I don't care if Boldy's not a leader. I don't think they drafted him to be a leader. I don't think they have any expectations of him being a leader. I think they have expectations of him being a gamer, which I'd argue he is. So, I don't know. That doesn't really concern me much. I think he knows he's not going to be one of the leaders for this team. And maybe he falls into that leader role. I mean, shoot, man, the Sedins never thought that they were going to be leaders, and they ended up being the captain and A for the Canucks, which is still wild to me. Luongo didn't think he was going to be a leader too, but let's not open those can of worms when he was given the fucking C, because that was weird. That was weird. But I will check it out. Because I missed that. 15:08 on the clock, and it's going to be Switzerland that takes a penalty here. And he is not happy about this one, arguing with the ref. So now we're going to see the Czechs go on the power play. 14 shots to 12 in favor of Czechia. You two, what did you get up to for the holidays? Oh yeah, that was interference if I've ever seen it. He just dragged his opponent, holding. He just dragged his opponent to the ground. It was a chill Christmas. Ate well, drank well, watched sports. How about you? How was your Christmas? Czechia 0 for 1 on the power play thus far. A nice cross-ice pass outside the right circle and shot from the blue line. Looking for the rebound, and Switzerland able to knock that down the length of the ice. I don't know if I'll be here for the Canada game because I think I'm going to watch it with my dad. Oh, man, you should watch it with your dad. I mean, that's what the World Juniors are about this holiday season, watching with your friends and family. I get to hang out with you friends to watch. And Switzerland, short-handed, looking for an opportunity. Tough angle shot. And that goes wide. Now it's 2-on-2 as the Czechs come back here. They're able to keep that puck onside, and a pass left side blocked by the Swiss, but they weren't able to get that out just yet. Wrist shot wide. 1 minute left on the power play. 14:07, and a nice cross-ice pass and a one-timer, and the goaltender tracked that one. A beautiful save. I have not. What is that? What is that? Czechs with it. Nice pass to top of the circle and score! What a beautiful pass by the Czechs. Beautiful pass. Damn, right through center, top of the circle. Beautiful. Or I guess I should say deep. Damn. It wasn't the backdoor play, but he was right, I guess center circle pretty much where he shot that one. But look at that pass. Look at that pass. Oh, that was sick. That was sick. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Czechs up 2 on Switzerland and able to get the most out of this power play. All right. And from the captain, too, which I imagine this is going to be his last World Juniors. I'm not going to look it up right now, buddy, because I'm calling a game. 13, but it's a big tournament. That's cool. Is it like your hockey tournament in the league that you play in, or is it like a top men's league or something like that? I'm going to the World Junior game in Canada versus USA. No way, dude. That's going to be amazing. Have fun, man. That's one of the best games you can go to. I've gone to Canada versus the Czechs back in 2017 or 2018. I forget what year it was in Vancouver, and that was a lot of fun. Swiss just pushing their way into the offensive zone, battling here in the corner, but the Czechs get it back. Oh, and trying to play a physical game there were the Swiss, unable to finish that check, and he ends up just, falling to the ground, bouncing off the Czech player. 2-on-1 blocking up the lane was Switzerland, and they're trying to get through the zone. Get out of the way, ref, and Switzerland probably would have gotten that puck into the offensive zone if the ref wasn't there in the way. And nice check by the Swiss, pushing his opponent into the boards, and now they're fighting for it behind the net, and Czech gets it back. Pass to the blue line. And trying to pressure the Czechs outside the line, and a shot, score! You've got to be kidding me. Tough angle shots as well. One of the Czechs players laying face down on the ice, and they still get that shot off. They still get that goal off. Great shot and great goal by the Czechs. Look at this shot. A little cross check there. Czech's trying to sell it. Oh, it bounced. I thought that was a perfectly angled shot. Okay, so 19 shoots it, bounces off. It looks like it bounces off the knee of number 25 of the Swiss. Oh my God. No, it's off number 29, then 26. So it bounces off the skate of number 29 and then the stick of number 26 for the Swiss. So that was kind of a lucky shot. He kind of got a double bounce from the opposition to get that goal. And there we have it. 3-0 for the Czechs, man. 3-0 for the Czechs. There's lots of teams, local teams from the U.S. and some teams from Europe. That's awesome. It's like a tournament run by Bell, which is a sponsor of the Ottawa Senators. Nice. Who do you think got this one, and what players are you watching in this tournament? McKenna is who I'm excited to watch the most in this tournament. The two Gophers as well, Brody Ziemer and Oliver Wood. Ziemer had a great, they both had a good game, but Ziemer with the two goals was cool. And a shot by Switzerland that goes wide. Swiss are going to keep it in. And I'm always excited to watch the Swiss team. They're like they're my darling team that I root for, even though like they're never gonna sniff a medal. In this one, I predicted the Czechs would win 4-2, but at 3-0 right now, they might run up the score, especially in the third. The Swiss are good. It's just they usually play at such a high pace to match like the juggernaut teams and even just the better teams' pace, but they gas in the third. And that's usually when the floodgates open. Germany, funny enough, and again, you look at that 10-4 victory for the United States, so you're like, oh yeah, the floodgates opened up at one point. Not really. Like Germany kept pressuring, didn't gas at all in that game. Right, where Switzerland, they might end, if they played the States, the score might be the same. Although I don't think, maybe the score might be the same, but I would imagine that in the third period, like the US would be just running circles around the Swiss, which they weren't against Germany, which again was surprising to me. But yeah, I'll say like McKenna on Canada, always like it's just a treat to watch him play. I think he's going to be better than Connor Bedard. I truly, especially if he goes and plays pro, not next year, but the year after, before being drafted, because he's not going to be drafted till 27, dude. He's putting up Bedard and McDavid numbers as a freaking 16, 17-year-old in the dub right now. He was point per game as a 15-year-old. Like, it's absolutely insane. He might be this generation's greatest hockey player. Am I going to say that he's going to like pass McDavid right now? No, like McDavid is something special. But do I think he's probably going to be better than Bedard, or at least come into the league with more comfortable? Yeah, I truly do. All right, 11:34 on the clock. And the Czechs keep this puck in the Swiss zone. Well, I didn't know if you were going to go watch a league or not. I didn't know if it was your league. There's a lot of high-level men's leagues in Canada that you just go and watch as a fan and pay a couple bucks to go. Like Terry Ryan plays in one of the best, men's leagues, senior hockey leagues in Canada, right? And it's high level. Swiss having a hard time getting this puck out of their zone. It's almost like a switch was flicked for the Czechs after that Swiss power play to start off this period. But I hope you have a great tournament, dude. And yeah, enjoy that Canada-US game. That's gonna be a memory that you hold on to for the rest of your life. I promise. Switzerland sending it around the boards. Creepy Colors. What guys other than like wild prospects are you keeping your eye on in this tournament? And the Swiss, good job separating their man from their puck, but unable to get anything going as the Czechs turn around and dart right back into the Swiss zone. Swiss playing a physical game here at the blue line. Some solid checking against the Czechs. The Czechs doing a great job of keeping that puck, finding some space. One-timer from the blue line. That just went wide. Oh, yeah, I've been to quite a few. I've been to more Wild games than Canucks games. I was at the Edmonton blowout, unfortunately, a couple weeks ago. Oh, beautiful pass there by the Czechs. Stop, drop pass. Unable to get that shot off. Back to the blue line, right side. Coming up the right side, back to the blue line. Man, yeah, the Czechs are just buzzing right now, man. I don't want to say night and day from the first period, but it's just like they've figured out the Swiss. And where it was tight checking, back and forth. I don't know what the coach told the Czechs in between periods, man, but they have adjusted beautifully here. Beautifully. I live in the United States. I'm Canadian. I'm from Western Canada, but I live in Minnesota. Missed the second and third goal because I was watching Top Rank's KO of the Year video. Was it the dude from Pro Box? Did that get knockout of the year? What's his name again? The new champion who was on Pro Box, who was on the Pro Box TV scene, and we watched land that left hook from hell, and the ref just let the guy, was counting over the dead body pretty much. But yeah, Isaiah, I am from Canada. Majority of my life I lived in Canada, went to high school, university in Canada, but I've been in Minnesota for now 2.5 years. It was a compilation of like 10. Okay, was that one on it? I'll have to check that out later tonight. All right, we're going into a TV timeout, and honestly, the Swiss need this, man. The Swiss need this TV timeout here. My goodness. My goodness. First period, back and forth. Even and obviously the start of the second period when the Swiss were on the power play, it looked like they were moving the puck well. Didn't look like there was much of a skill discrepancy. After that, though, man, the Czechs, like I said, like a switch flipped or something, as they're almost playing with their food in the offensive zone. Now, the Swiss, they're still playing a physical game. They're still throwing their body around. They're still landing some big hits. And one-on-one battles, I'd say the Swiss are doing a pretty good job. But, yeah, the Czechs are starting to make a pretty big separation between even the scoring opportunities now. 20 shots for the Czechs, 12 for Switzerland. Yes, Leo. That was so sick. 8:37 on the clock here in the second period, and the Swiss having a hard time getting this puck out of their zone. They do force it out, and they have it. Nice pass to the left side, but the Czechs are on them, but wow. Despite being checked on that left side, the Swiss are able to get a really nice shot off. And we will have a face-off in the Czech zone. Nice. Yeah, that one was awesome. Inoue had one too. Well, his last knockout was great, right? My Christmas tradition is to watch every single Inoue fight in order, and I did that again yesterday morning. Woke up in the morning, and before like friends and family showed up for like brunch, and then obviously just to hang out and watch football the rest of the day, I watched every single Inoue fight, starting with that Thai guy he fought in his first fight. Munguia getting KO'd was in there. I still haven't watched that. I still forgot about that one. I finally got around to watching Navarrete Valdez. God, it took me too long. But obviously the first fight was still better, despite Navarrete doing a lot better this time. I mean, I shouldn't even say doing a lot better, just, finishing the fight the way he did. All right. Face off here, ladies and gentlemen. 8 minutes on the clock remain in this second period. And the Czechs are going to win this one, but Switzerland comes out with it, and a diving goaltender for the Czechs. And what a save, diving to his right to cover that one. I've never watched this tournament. I've been an NHL fan, but I've been getting deeper into all things hockey this year, actually. Dude, this is the greatest tournament in sports. It's more important to me than the Stanley Cup. It's more important to me than any NHL game. It's more important to me than any Olympic game, World Championship, U18. This is the greatest tournament, not just in hockey, creepy colors, in all of sports, dude. I don't care about any sport event throughout the year in comparison compared to this. Maybe the high school state tournament in Minnesota, because that shit's on like the same level for me as far as vibes. But this is the greatest tournament in sports, man. And it's not even close. It's not even close. A one-night K1 tournament, nothing on the World Junior Championship. It's unbelievable, brother. I'm glad you're getting into it, because it's just, it's the greatest tournament in sports. I can't say that enough. It's unbelievable. I don't care about Christmas. I don't care about New Year's. I don't care about presents. I don't care about any of that shit. All I care about in December and January is the World Juniors, brother. Well, and maybe the Rise and New Year's Eve show. But even then, I put World Juniors above Japanese MMA. I know, crazy. But I'm glad you're getting into it, dude, because it's just, it's so awesome. You can see how happy I am. This is the greatest day of the year for me. December 26th, World Juniors starting. That second fight was better than the second. Fury versus Usyk. Better than Sunnyvale Prison Classic. Ooh. Yes. But, close. 7 minutes and 36 on the clock. And a good job by Switzerland, keeping that puck out of their zone. They backhand it in deep. And a good dump and chase by Switzerland. By the way, creepy colors. Tickets for LFA 200 just went on sale. So let me know if you want to come. We'll get a big group going. I think some of our friends from the City Life group are going to even fly out for it. So it's going to be awesome. Switzerland unable to get this puck out of their zone. They're fighting for it in the corner. Czechia has it. Nice pass, but unable to get to his man, who would have been wide open for a shot there, right in front of the crease. Switzerland, right side, trying to bank it off the boards. Honestly, his opponent caught it, and I think catching it was the wrong plan because he kept it in, and now the Czechs have it. Looking for a pass, and little tic-tac-toe pass doesn't work. Switzerland, they seem to be out of sync here. All right, they finally get in position, but they left a couple men open. And a shot to the net, and good job gloving that well outside of his crease was the Swiss goaltender. 6 minutes and 32 seconds on the clock in the second period, where again, Lars Steiner, who's this guy? He's young too. He had some good plays there. He's only 17, so he won't be able to be drafted until 2026. Holy crap. First year in the QMJHL, 36 points in 29 games as a Swiss player. The Apex has really ruined other cities getting cards, it seems. As far as UFC, absolutely. That's why I'm all in on LFA as far as going to live shows now. I probably will never be able to go to a UFC event in my lifetime, and I've already accepted that. Yeah, no, exactly. And Switzerland's going to draw a penalty, battling behind the Czech net. And number 3 for the Czechs is going to take a tripping call. Yeah, 2 minutes for tripping. And Switzerland's going to go back on the penalty. They looked good on the penalty. Or sorry, they look good on the power play. Early in this period, they moved the puck well up a man when they set up. Let's see if they can. And then they like kept control of the puck for like over a minute. Let's see if they can do it again. 1-2, I guess, but they host at historic stadium, so apples to oranges. True. And the Czechs win the faceoff. Battling forward in the corner. It's like the same thing, Patty Fat. Just like I'll never be able to go to a Stanley Cup playoff game. I'll never be able to go to a UFC game or UFC show, and I've kind of accepted that. There's other shows to go to, hockey and fighting wise. Dude, he's going to be the new McDavid. He's that good. My friend in Medicine Hat's their radio play-by-play. Dude, as a 15-year-old in the dub, the hardest junior league to play in the world, he was over point per game. He's not even eligible to be drafted until 2027. He's gonna get hundreds of points in the dub, and it's gonna be too easy for him. He's gonna have to go play pro overseas like fucking Matthews. I swear. He's that good, dude. He's one of these. Oh, he's so good. Blue line, Switz. Shot from outside the circle doesn't land. But a rebound there, forcing the netminder to try to cover up, and Switzerland still has it. Tried to go for the spinorama. Didn't work. Fighting for it up against the wall here. Swiss still has it. 2-on-1. Sends it up the boards, but there was only a Czech player there, and he sends it the length of the ice. Switzerland's going to get a change. But yeah, dude, he's so much fun to watch. And it's awesome that the wild prospect, Ryder Ritchie, is his line mate. For now, because again, I don't think McKenna's going to play too much longer in the dub. One more year, and then probably go pro overseas. 4-OT in that bowl game. Shit is overrunning its TV slot like the U.S. versus Germany. No way. 4-OT in a football bowl game. Wow. That must be awesome to watch. I do like watching playoffs in any sports, even though I'm not the biggest football guy. I like watching the bowl games for college. 4 minutes and 16 seconds, but not when World Juniors is on. I'll tell you that much. 3 seconds left in the power play. Switzerland battling for it in the corner. And Czechia's back to full strength. Swiss still has it, being checked. Right side. Shot. Rebound. And that goes all the way out to center. Switzerland with a breakout. Dump and chase. Tried to send it back to the blue line, but the Czechs intercept. And here comes Czechia. They dumped it in. Winning the race was Czechia. Unable to set up his man up front, but oh, nice job by Switzerland being able to pick his pocket. A little cheeky drop pass there doesn't land, and the Swiss are going to have to reset. And here they come up the left side. Nice long pass. But can he get a shot off? No. Good defense by Czechia separating them. And back and forth, just like the end of the first period here. Maybe Switzerland just needed a little bit of a confidence booster, but a nice shot there by the Czechs. And here come the Swiss again. Back and forth. Back and forth. Nice little chip and chase by number 22 for Switzerland. He ends it with a hit as well, but no reinforcements as his team was changing. Battling forward in the corner here, and Czechia gets it back. Being sandwiched. Switzerland has it at center. Some nice skill there by the Swiss. They dump it in, and Czechia gets it right back. Man, back and forth. Neither of these teams have been able to keep possession or set anything up in the last, 4 minutes? 5-on-5. And again, the Swiss get into the Czech zone, and they send that puck right back out. Not enough for icing. Yeah, rinse and repeat, says the broadcaster. Indeed. Yeah, 2019 was, I think, the last time that the UFC came to Minnesota. Before then, I want to say it was like 14 or 13. Oh, and a nice job by Switzerland, and unable to get that in front of the net. And this is going to be a penalty. And some shoving after the whistle here. And there we go. Yeah, when Switzerland just presses the gas and just goes right to the net and trying, and especially from that right side, and tries to cut in center. I mean, the Czechs have no choice but to take him to the ground. And here we go. Again, just like the end of the first period, Switzerland's going to be up a man going into the third and at the end of this period. I got really lucky that the UFC was here in 2019, so I went to the fights that were at a Target Center for my bachelor party. Dude, that is awesome.
That shit beautiful than a motherfucker.
That is awesome. I mean, maybe by the time UFC comes back to Minnesota, I'll have enough money to go, but like it costs you an arm and a leg to get in the door, right? And I'd way rather pay like $40 to go see LFA, which is, you know, a 7-hour show in its own right. And it's super cool meeting a lot of the fighters after. Like I met Quan Lee after, and just, you know, he's in the UFC now. It sucked to see him lose his last fight because he was winning in the beginning. But anyways, he was against a tough opponent. I'll give him that. Got to see Big Francis melt JDS. Wow. That's so cool. You got to see Francis Ngannou. Wow. That's legendary, man. That's legendary. Because, yeah, I've seen a lot of stars on the rise. Like I've seen a few guys in LFA now live and been able to like meet them who have made the UFC, and some guys sniff in the UFC, but yeah, no, haven't met or haven't gone to the big show just yet. That's super cool, man. That's super for a bachelor party, no less. Like what a memory, right? It's steeped in layers, that memory, which is cool. 1 minute and 43 seconds on the clock, and the Swiss are back on the power play. I guess they won't. I guess they'll start the third period with 10 seconds left. Got to see Swiss 3-1. Where did you see them last year? Because the Swiss are losing right now 3-0. But are you saying you need the Swiss to score? And a good job by the Czechs sending this puck the length of the ice. 1 minute and 10 seconds on the clock. 1 minute and 18 seconds on the power play. Let's see if the Swiss can set up here. Someone lost their stick, and that's still just hanging out in the offensive zone for the Swiss. Good job by the Czechs forcing that puck back to center ice. Battling on the boards here. Czechs try to set something up shorthanded, but Swiss resetting. 40 seconds left. Nice long pass by Switzerland. They get it to their man. Centering pass. Shot. Rebound, and the second shot went wide. And Czechia gets that puck back to center. 30 seconds on the clock. 40 seconds on the power play. So Switzerland will start with 10 seconds on the man advantage in the third period. Let's see if they can get one more opportunity, and that's going to be offside. So 21 seconds remain in the period. 30 seconds remain on the power play. Let's see, with this face-off coming in the offensive zone, let's see if Switzerland can get one more opportunity here, and maybe one more in the third. Smash that like button if you haven't already, guys. Or ring that bell for notifications so you never miss an upload, so you never miss a live stream. $17 on the clock. 17 seconds on the clock, I should say. And Switzerland able to get that puck in deep. Fighting forward here in the corner, and that's going to do it for the second period. On a little pushing and shoving after this. I mean, it seems to be that way with most of these teams between whistles, especially after the periods. I think the main event was Lawler versus Magny, but someone dropped out and Francis with JDS was the substitute. Talk about falling up. True. I mean, at the time, Magny was still like a young riser, right? Now he's kind of the old, I shouldn't say super young, but he was kind of on the rise post-tough. And Lawler was arguably in his prime, or maybe just leaving his prime, right? Because Lawler hit his prime a little bit later, right? He was a lot older than Rory when they fought the second time. Even the first time, I guess, but no, that's awesome. That's awesome. This game is crazy. The football game. That is wild. Toledo just prematurely celebrated, and there was a penalty on the defense. Pitt runs a quarterback sneak from the shotgun. Refs rule it short. Toledo celebrates. Play goes to review. Reverse the call. No way. Tail end of his second prime. There you go. Dude, you hear Mike Perry called out Robbie Lawler for bare knucks? All right, guys. We are going to take a quick break here in a moment. Then we will review the box score of this game thus far. And we'll continue to take your comments as we tee up Canada versus Finland. Again, streaming hockey all day, ladies and gentlemen. Canada versus Finland next in an hour. That is right, in an hour. I'm pretty sure I have that stream set up already. Double checking here. All right, we do have Canada, Finland already ready to go. So go check out that stream if you haven't already. Drop a like on it. 5th OT. I don't think I've ever seen a football game go 5 OT. Props to the script writer. That's crazy. All right, quick break, guys. Do not go anywhere. On the other side, we'll be back to take your comments. What am I watching this on? NHL Network. And we'll continue to take your guys' comments, talk more about this game, talk more just about hockey, sports. And yeah, we can tee up Canada, Finland a little bit too. And we'll even review that U.S. game as well, as I imagine we have a U.S. heavy chat right now. But quick break. I'm going to refill my coffee, drain the main vein, and we'll be back here after a couple minutes. In the meantime, take a look at our friends from 9 Mile Brewing.
People like, you're making a hef now? It's like last year, I'm like, yeah, that one's called the 11th hour. It's kind of just a cheeky play on that. We kind of release it later than most people towards the end of the summer. I wanted to kind of be in there in that cusp between summer and fall, and now with summers lasting longer and longer these days, I mean, we're in September and it's 80s, it's still a viable option.
Oh, nice!
Central Division team that I love to love, the Nashville Predators, of course. And we are back live here on the Sota Pod YouTube channel for yet another watch party continuing our coverage here of the World Junior Championship 2025. Czechia up 3-0 against Switzerland right now. And it's been an interesting game because there's like moments where Switzerland makes it really tough for the Czechs. There's been some like back and forth plays. And then the Czechs have had moments where they've just kind of steamrolled Switzerland. So there's, I think overall, and the score reflects that, like Czechia, the better team, Czechia pushing the pace a little bit more, Czechia a little bit more skilled. But man, there's been spurts. Man, there's been moments where Switzerland's looked really good in this one too. Now they'll have 10 seconds of power play time to start this third period. Not sure they're going to do much with just 10 seconds of power play time. They look good on the power play, better in the start of the second period than towards the end, in my opinion. But one thing to note is right after their power play, the Czechs were buzzing for about like 2 to 5 minutes. They were buzzing. They ended up scoring 2 goals. And then I'd say around like what, the 7-minute mark or 7 minutes left in the second period, Switzerland started really pushing the pace, and it was a back and forth game. And Czechia a little bit undisciplined towards the end there, and Switzerland was able to draw that penalty. And I mean, if you're racing towards the net as fast as these Swiss guys, the only way you can maybe stop some of them as they cut the crease is to knock them off balance a little bit. But so far, not a bad penalty kill for the Czechs. When does the USA not beat Germany? There you go. There you go. Hit me up with your score predictions still, ladies and gentlemen. How do you think this one ends? Do you think Switzerland gets a goal? I think my 4-2 Czech prediction probably not going to happen. I imagine the Czechs get at least another 2 goals, and maybe Switzerland gets one. But the Czech netminder he's been dialed thus far. 27 votes in the poll question. Will this game be closer than USA versus Germany? 85% say yes. 15% say no. Trying to hit 20 likes on the video, ladies and gentlemen. We are only 6 away from reaching our like goal. So if you haven't already, smash that like button. And let's bring up the box score from this game so far. All right. Let's make this a little bit bigger for you guys. All right. So we had Miroslav Holinka scoring the first goal for the Czechs. Edward Sale got the second goal. And Andre Koss with the third. We talked about Miroslav. Damn good player. 5th rounder for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And he already has 10 goals. And what did I say? 10 goals and like 12 or 13 assists in the WHL in his first year in the WHL. Edward Sale, this is his 3rd World Juniors appearance. Oh, yeah, the Spangler Cup is here today. Canada playing Davos. Such a cool tournament to watch as well. I'm critical of people in the States who don't watch the World Juniors. I'm not critical of people who skip the Spangler Cup, although it's a lot of fun. And look at that, Canada beat Davos 6-2. Let's fucking go. And then again, that third goal by the Czechs against Andre Kos. I'm not as familiar with Andre Kos. Let's check him out. Andre Kos. Oh, okay, yep. St. Louis guy. Drafted in the 3rd round last year by the St. Louis Blues. He's 18 years of age. And, okay, so despite being Czech, he's actually played... Was he like Czech and Finnish? He's played internationally for Finland and the Czechs. Interesting. And currently plays in the Finnish Liga, where he has 3 points in 13 games. Interesting. And an all-international U20 this year, 4 points in 6 games. He must be both? Interesting. All right. But anyways, good showing here from the Czechs so far. Keep the comments coming, guys. Hey, what's up, Ben? Merry Christmas. Thanks for watching the last City Life video. I appreciate it. I'm glad you dug it. I'm glad you dug it. How you doing? You watching any World Junior Championship? I bet Ben watches more World Junior Championship in Australia than half my American friends do. Oh man. But yes, happy holidays, everybody. Merry Christmas. I hope you had a great one. And happy Boxing Day to Canadians. Because, I mean, Boxing Day is basically World Junior Day. And that has been my day. That has been my day. Again, the Canada-Finland game was supposed to start now, or in 10 minutes, but they had to delay it. They had to push it because of, well, the first 2 games going a little bit late here today. Oh, and they're showing Canada's fall last year. I don't know if I want to see this, boys. Oh, man. Again, big shout out to everybody joining us here. You guys are awesome. Keep the comments coming. Vote in the poll question. Like the video. We will be covering Team Canada later today. Well, in half an hour, 40 minutes. So let's hope there's not a lot of challenges. Although they're just going to push this one anyways, I'd imagine. So even if this game goes a little late, like they're not going to start the next game until this one's done. Oh, and by the way, guys, don't forget to check out, especially if you're an American, we sat down with 2 of the Team USA players 2 weeks ago at the University of Minnesota. If you're on Twitter, you can't see this link, so you better jump over to YouTube so you can click this link and save it. But we interviewed Oliver Moore, Matthew Wood. I think I called Oliver Moore Oliver Wood earlier. Oliver Moore, Matthew Wood, as well as Brody Ziemer, who had a really good game against the Germans, scoring 2 goals in his debut with the U20 team here for Team USA. So there's the link in the live chat if you want to see our sit down with the 3 Minnesota Golden Gophers players who were invited to camp. Unfortunately, Matthew didn't make the team, but Oliver Moore as well as Ziemer both did, and they looked good in that last game. All right, keep the comments coming, guys. Keep the comments coming. We'll get back to coverage here in just a few minutes. Looks like intermission's about to end here. I think we got like 2 or 3 more minutes. So, vote in the poll question too. Vote in the poll question too. Do you think this one turns out to be a blowout? Do you think the Czechs score like 4 or 5 in this third period? I personally don't think so. But we shall see. We shall see. All right, I'm just adding the final touches to the Canada-Finland stream. So comment away. Comment away. And let me know your predictions for the Finland versus Canada game. Canada coming in as the favorite, obviously, but only minus 250. So, like, again, if I'm picking Canada to win because, like, they are always the better team on paper. But system-wise, man, the Finns are tough to play against, especially if they have, you know, some elite talent on the team to round out just the great style that the Finns play in hockey, which is not necessarily the quickest game, but they're super sound, they're super skilled, and they're just big. They're tough to play against. They're big, and their hockey IQ is amazing. So they make up for maybe the lack of speed compared to like the Swiss, Americans, and Canadians. And that's not to say that they're slow. Like they probably look like they got rockets on their skates next to, you know, like Austria, Kazakhstan, shoot, maybe even Germany, and the Swiss are fast. So I don't want to say Switzerland, but still. All right, they're showing a couple more replays here, then we'll get back to action. Pretty cool rink here for this one. So this is at the TD, not the TD Garden, but I think it's called the TD Center. It's kind of a more smaller, intimate rink here. All right, 10 seconds remain in the power play for Switzerland, by the way, guys. Here we go. Third period starting now. Czechia leads 3-2. Switzerland, oh, it's not even 10 seconds. It was like 6 seconds left on the power play. Back to full strength. 21 shots for the Czechs, 17 for Switzerland. Face-off's pretty even. I mean, a lot of the underlying stats are pretty even, but you can tell, man, and we knew this going in. The Czechs are a tier above that of the Swiss, but the Swiss are a fast team and a tough team to play against here as well. The Czechs get the puck out of their zone, send it the length of the ice, and this is going to be icing. Oh, wait, no, it was waved off. Are you kidding me? All right, it was waved off, but Swiss get it back. Back up the left side. Can they get it out, though? They do at center. Czechs have it, though. And a nice pass. I mean, actually, it wasn't a nice pass, but he was able to poke the puck on side, and the Czechs still have it. Right side. They cycle. Right board. Trying to hand it back to someone at the blue line. If anything, it was the Swiss player who poked it to the Czech on the blue line, and he keeps it in the zone. Czechs have it. Try to send it to his teammate behind the net. Switzerland checked him, but the puck comes through, and number 17 for the Czechs. Nice moves there. Nice move there. Getting by two guys and was looking to make that backhand pass. Very slick hands. Who's number 17? And Switzerland wins the faceoff. Up the left side, shot. That goes wide. Swiss still have it at center, but bouncing puck, can't hold on to it or really even make a play. So they backhand it forward. Switzerland has it on the boards, loses it. Nice check by the Czechs. Switzerland keeps it in, and a nice shot from the blue line. That's off its mark and trickles around the net and through the neutral zone as well, as the Czech player followed that and pushed it into the Swiss zone. Switzerland fighting forward against the board to the right of the Swiss netminder. What's up, RJ's back? How you been enjoying these games, buddy? 2-on-1 Swiss Czech, and the Czech player ends up getting the puck, falling on his knees, still looking for the shot, and that's going to be a tripping call on Switzerland. And this is a dangerous, dangerous place to be because the Czechs look damn good on the power play. Yeah, tripping. Kumpalainen, I believe, yes. I believe he did make the team. And he's doing pretty good overseas right now. What, 11 points? Tough league and not a high-scoring league, so maybe some people will be like, oh, he's regressing. No, he's not. He's perfectly fine. 1 minute and 53 seconds on the power play for the Czechs. And a nice job by Switzerland breaking that up. And Switzerland making some nice pace. They tried to make a breakout play shorthanded. Now it's 3-on-2 and a shot. Save by the Switzerland netminder. That was a beautiful. He just bailed out the boys there. Czechia had a good rush there. Switzerland with the pressure. They got one man in the offensive zone. Two men in the offensive zone. They got to be careful. They got to be careful. Good job separating the puck from his man here by the Swiss, and they send it up the boards and out of play. Final minutes of this power play. We're halfway through it, and a turnover here. Switzerland. Oh, what a shot and a save. Switzerland found his man at center, shorthanded. It was him against the goaltender. And the the Czech goaltender makes the save. He also big. How's he used on the faceoff? No idea. No idea. Damn. That would have been a huge dagger. A momentum killer, even though they would have still been on the power play for the Czechs. But yeah, he did make the team. He did make the team. I just confirmed with the roster, which it would have been crazy if they left him off the team. But yeah, I'm not sure what his face-off percentage is in Finland right now. Or if they're using him as like a center every single game. That's a question for Spoked Z. And one of the Swiss players having a hard time getting up here. Let's look at the rebound, or let's look at the replay. It looks like he got... Oh, yeah. Okay, we're looking at the play. He went for the hit and missed. I don't think that's a penalty. He went for the hit and missed. He went for the hit and missed, blew a tire, and went right into the boards. I'm not sure if he got tripped up there. I doubt it, though. I doubt it. Okay, maybe he was tripped. Craig Button on the call is saying that it was a missed call. And that he was like maybe tripped or hit, and that's why he lost his balance and went into the boards. Still shaken up, again, his bearings under him on the Swiss bench. Still 24 seconds on the power play here for the Czechs. And they're going to take this face-off right outside the Swiss zone. And the Czechs win the face-off. They send it around the net. They're trying to set up here. And finally, puck on the right side. Backdoor pass. Right side. Back to the blue line. Good pressure here by Switzerland, but a puck gets through to center and a shot high and wide. Oh, a nice centering pass here by the Czechs and a spin around the backhand, and they score. What a beautiful play by the Czechs. Spin around the backhand and they score. That is 4-0 for the Czechs, ladies and gentlemen. 4-0 for the Czechs. And again, it's funny because the score of this game does not reflect how good overall Switzerland's been. Just like in the American game, the 10-4 score doesn't reflect how like competitive the Germans were as well. This one a little bit more competitive, obviously, but still, damn. Backhand wrap job, baby. That was beautiful. And the goalie was down and out. He knew. He was like, oh, snap. Just couldn't push off to get to that right side quick enough. And that was a goal from Jacob Stancil. And Jacob Stancil. Is there no hockey DB page on friggin' Jakob Stancil? Okay, here it is. All right, he's a 4th-round pick to the St. Louis Blues. He was picked in 2023, 106th overall. Ooh, played for the Vasho Lakers. And then Vasho HC in the SHL. Played 7 games in the SHL this year, last year, played 8 games the year before, played most of the time in the junior ranks, and actually has a very respectable 32 points, 11 goals, and 26 WHL games for the Kelowna Rockets this year. So solid first year in the WHL. 15 minutes on the clock, and Switzerland has it trying to get out of their zone. Looking like Goldberg versus Iceland. I used to enjoy playing hockey as a kid, but with the plastic kit. Yeah, I played more ball hockey than I did ice hockey growing up, despite me growing up in northern Canada. Definitely played more ball hockey, indoor and just street hockey on the island where it doesn't snow. Haven't played enough pond hockey in Minnesota, though, since I've moved here. Czechia able to keep this puck in the Swiss zone behind the net. They lose it, and here comes Switzerland. Pass up the left side, centering pass, and oh, that was wide open for one again, but that pass doesn't get through. It's the U20s. It's the U20s. Making Iceland the other really good team in Mighty Ducks 2 was always hilarious to me. Yeah, I know. They basically were the Russians. That's what it was funny about it. Czech, come back the other side, shot. I don't think that was even off the post. I think that was off the boards, but the puck literally rings around the whole rink, and Czechs reset at center. So I know, so random. They could have just been the Russians. Oh, a shot by Czechia, and that doesn't get through traffic. 2-on-1 here defending is Switzerland. They try to get it up the left side. The Czechs keep it in. Czechs shot. I don't think that went through. 2-on-2 battling for it to the right of the Swiss netminder. And the puck trickles behind the net. Czechs weren't able to control it. Swiss trying to get it up and out, but they weren't able to do so. And the Czechs have it behind the net. To the blue line, but that goes the length of the ice. And the Czechs are going to have to reset. 13:10 on the clock. And we're going to have an offside. And we're going to have a TV timeout, guys. Is this game already done? I think it's a pretty big mountain for the Swiss to climb, especially because they've played a really good game. They've had some shorthanded opportunities as well. They've had some nice breakaways, some one on goalie, and they haven't been able to capitalize. In fairness, the Czech goalie's been dialed. It just doesn't look like the Swiss have his number here. And if anything, I think the Czechs score another one before the Swiss. U20s, yes. So it's the World Junior Championship. So the best under 20s players on the planet, other than Russia, because the IIHF still has banned them. Yeah, so all the best hockey nations under 20. Or 20 and under, I should say, play in this tournament. And yeah, in about 25 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, Canada will be facing off against Finland. The US have Germany and Latvia in their first 2 games. Canada has Finland and I believe, did they put Sweden in the other bracket? Hold on, what's Canada's second game? So yeah, the states start with Germany, Okay, never mind. Canada has Latvia in their second game. My bad. I thought they had like fucking... Oh, but the States have... Okay, so the States also have Latvia. So the States play Germany and Latvia in their first two games, Canada, Finland, and Latvia. Then the States play Finland. Then Canada plays Germany. So, okay, I guess it evens out. I was going to be here saying that Canada had an easier game. And look at that. Look at that. Just when I turn away, Switzerland, they get their first goal of the game up the right side. Bodies falling. A nice pass from behind the net. Pretty much from behind the net. They're right in front. Number 5 from Switzerland. Oh, man. Bodies flailing. What a pass. What a pass. Oh, my goodness. What a pass. And there we go. There we go. Hey, we have a game, ladies and gentlemen. We have a game. You're not allowed to fight in the IIHF. 12:52 on the clock until the war shit is figured out. They're allowed to compete in the Olympics because the IOC says you can compete under the Olympic athletes of Russia, but you can't compete under the IIHF. I gotta say, when the Swiss score, it's usually pretty. Dude, they're my darling team to root for, right? If they just had a little bit more of a population and talent, right? God, they'd be fun. They'd be a fun program to follow regularly. 12:19 on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. 12:19 on the clock. And again, with only, with just over 10 minutes left, this one's going to be tough. This one's going to be tough for Switzerland to come back in. Sorry, I'm just refreshing my feed. Good old iPad here. I might have to switch to the actual computer for the Canada game because we don't want anything freezing for that one. And Switzerland has it behind the net. They lose it to the Czechs. Oh, man, what is going on here? Sorry, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties with my broadcast. Swiss able to keep it in the Czech zone now. Behind the net. Let's see if we can find another one. 11:50 on the clock and another basically the same pass, but from the opposite side. And the Czechs moving this puck back up the ice. But it was only 1-on-2 and he doesn't get a clean shot off. And here comes the Swiss again, up the right side. Not a lot of reinforcements as he loses that one. Nearing the 10-minute mark, ladies and gentlemen. Nearing the 10-minute mark. And then we have the big game. The big game, the meat on the bone, the main event, as some would say. Canada versus Finland. Again, let me know your thoughts on this game. Let me know your thoughts on the US-Germany game if you watched that one. 10 minutes and 52 seconds on the clock here, guys. 28 shots for the Czechs, 19 for Switzerland. We're going to have a face-off to the right of the Swiss netminder. And the Czechs win, and Czech shot. That goes wide. That rink has a fat gap for the Zamboni doors, right? I believe it's the AHL rink. I think. I'm not actually sure who these guys host. Let's find out. Switzerland. Back to the right side. They leave it. A shot. And that doesn't get through. Swiss still have it. And the Czechs get it back after another opportunity from Switzerland. Left side. Czechs skating up. Shot. Big rebound. Nobody there to catch it. Good job by the Czechs They get it back and they restart the play. Pass to the left side, but nobody there as the Czechs are just completing a pass or just completing a change and trying to stay on side. Switzerland with a nice forecheck. 2-on-1 behind the Swiss next. Or good defense, sorry, by the Swiss. 2-on-1 behind their own net. And great puck movement here by the Czechs. Being able to evade 2 checks from the Swiss players. Physical checks. That massive plastic wedge is hilarious. It's a TD place. Which apparently it's an outdoor field that there's a rink there as well, which is interesting. Nine minutes on the clock. And we have a penalty coming up on the Czechs. Oh no, on Switzerland, and the Swiss players. Wait, who the hell is going to the box? Hold on, let's look at the replay here. Okay, they did not show the replay of that. They showed the replay of the goal. Whenever someone starts a sentence with "not to be political," 9 times out of 10, it's a political statement. So not to get too political, but the athletes seem to get the short end of the stick, and I know how much Russia cares about athletic glory, but it doesn't seem to be ending the war. And especially like U20 players, you know, the Russian hockey team isn't the Soviet Army Russian team, right? This isn't the Red Army anymore. Whereas like you would be in the military and choose to play hockey back in the Soviet Union, right? And they ran that shit like the military as well, which is why the Red Army was such a dominant hockey team. I would say it sucks for the young guys in particular because a lot of them are hockey players, right? And a lot of them are playing outside of Russia too, right? So it's like if they're playing junior hockey outside of Russia, whether it's in North America or it's, you know, some other league overseas, then yeah, no, I get that for sure. I get that for sure. It's not all sports. It's the IIHF, right? It's the IIHF. The Olympics allow it, but again, like I said, not under their own flag. It has to be the Olympic athletes. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a form of protest, but it's been what, 5 years now? So the Czechs are going to be on the power play here. The Swiss player was saying that he got high sticked on the way down, but regardless, here we go. The Czechs back on the power play. Boards are probably expensive as hell, to be fair. Though I do get it, yeah. Their hockey team is government funded, though, is the issue. And as a snowboarder who definitely has seen multiple Russian athletes getting shafted with the ban. No, but that is true. Russian hockey is funded by their government, and though it's not straight up like a wing of their military anymore, yeah, it's one of those things where it's like we all get it, but it sucks for the younger guys, the U20 guys and U18 guys in particular. 1 minute and 38 on the clock on the clock for the power play here for the Czechs. They're doing a good job of keeping this puck in the zone. Left side. Looking at options, sends it down around the boards, behind the net, back and forth, and losing it was the Czech player, but that goes back to the blue line, desperately keeping it in, and he does, but nice pressure by Switzerland, and they force this puck all the way down back to the Czech zone, forcing them to reset, and they do reset, and a nice pass right up through center, through the neutral zone, and again, a nice wall by Switzerland, able to push this puck out. By the way, big shout out to everybody who's joining us here in the live chat. You guys are awesome. Thank you for joining me for a full day of hockey, ladies and gentlemen. 15 minutes and we got Canada playing. 15 minutes. And we got Team Canada against Finland, which, man, like I said, meat on the bone, main event. However you want to describe it, this one is going to be the best game of the day. The most high-level game of the day, in my opinion. Now, Slovakia and Sweden, probably number 2, as those teams put on a great show. 16 seconds left. Czech from the circle. Can they get a shot? They tried to do a cross ice pass, and that's going to go out of play. 10 seconds remain on the power play. And because he shot it out of play, this is going to move outside of the Swiss zone, I believe. Four to one Czech. Oh, no, it still is in the zone. Sorry, if it would have been a delay of game, they would have put it out. That's where I was getting mixed up. And that's going to do it for the Czech power play. Good job by Switzerland killing that one off. Switzerland trying to force their way into the Czech zone. They get their pocket picked, and here come the Czechs. Left side. Unsuccessful drop pass. I miss the days of most international play being played on the bigger ice. The juniors were always on the small ice, though, if I'm not mistaken. And are we going to have a... Oh, yeah, we have another call here, and there's some... Oh, there's two players getting mixed up here. They haven't dropped the gloves yet, because you can't drop the gloves in IIHF. You put your team way behind, and you get, kicked out, but... A war of words here between, look like Zidlicki and Johnson. And I think both the players are going to go, yeah, we're going to have offsetting, I think. Yeah, I think this is offsetting. I think they both kind of just tangled up there and were with some pushing and shoving. Near fight. Corrupt, but they'd play friendlies on the Olympic size. True. Oh, no, it's a penalty. It's a penalty. No, just roughing. Okay, I thought, what led to that, though? It looked like an almost knee-on-knee collision. No officials turning to my knowledge. Yeah, the friendlies were super cool. That's a good question. Oh, no, Switzerland is going to go on the power play. Okay, I thought so. Okay, so, yeah, one of the Czech players almost went knee-on-knee, so I think they're going to count that as an interference. Or maybe they called it as roughing. Regardless, and that's why the Swiss player was pissed. Like, what had to happen for a fight to break out? No, exactly. The craziest one was probably Canada-Soviet Union, right? I don't know if that... Oh, and a cross pass... and a one-timer by Switzerland. Canada-Russia, that one's legendary because the refs just turned off the lights and fucked off and just let the boys fight each other until they got tired, and then they were both kicked out of the tournament. Switzerland still has it, top of the circle. Tough angle shot there, and that is blocked. Shot from the center slot, and that goes wide. .50 seconds remain on the power play here. Switzerland fighting their way in, and a shot from the top of the circle that doesn't land. Back to the blue line. They keep it in. Switzerland, left side. Back to the blue line. 5 minutes on the clock. Nice cross-ice pass, and wasn't able to get it cleanly, and no backhand there. 28 seconds on the clock, back to the blue line. Switzerland moving the puck well, and a shot, and that doesn't get through. Blocked by the Czechs, and the Czechs poke that out of bounds, and the Czechs are going to get a desperate change. 14 seconds left. So it looked like it was in 2000, I want to say... Was it last year? Sorry, man. I'm having a tough time looking up the article and calling this game at the same time, but here's the article I found. 4 minutes and 22 seconds on the clock. So Sweden, USA had the last brawl. I didn't have enough time to sift through it and find the year, but it was recent. And offside coming into the zone by Switzerland. 4 minutes and 10 seconds on the clock. I bet someone tried to take their skate off and cut a guy with it. Haven't heard of the name Zidlicki for a while. Is he kin to the old Wild player? He actually might be. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Adam Zidlicki is Marek Zidlicki's son. I got the same result for now. Okay. So yeah, I guess more recent than I figured. Okay, we're going to a commercial break. Let's see. So the Bro Bible article, salty 6'4" Swedes gets worked by a 5'9" American after picking a fight on home ice during an ugly gold medal loss. So was this last year? This must have been last year. Yeah, January 5th, 2024. Last year in the gold medal game. Yeah, that's right. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. Sweden lost their cool. Because Ryan Leonard kissed Gothenburg, Sweden goodnight. Because, yeah, that's right. The tournament was in Sweden last year. So this is what ignited the fight. You remember? Yeah, it's all coming back to me, too. It's all coming back to me, too. He literally had no ice time the entire tournament and sent him. Yup. The kiss goodbye. Four minutes and 10 seconds remain in this game, ladies and gentlemen. They better not start this freaking Canada game in like 2 minutes. I'm telling you. And the Czechs send it around their own net and try to get it up the right side. They lose the puck at center. Regain it. Nice speed here by the Czechs, trying to cut towards center, and a rebound shot, and the netminder goes flying way out of his crease, and he looks hurt. Actually, he just looks a little labored getting back up to his feet. Leonard is a gem. Reddit's got your boy on Canada versus Finland game, so I'll be popping back and forth. Sounds good, buddy. As a fellow small, scrappy player, I love that gold medal game. They're really starting the game right now? What a bunch of bitches, bro. Start time's 5 minutes. Why would they start it 5 minutes earlier than start time, knowing that they have a game still on? They were being pure menaces. Okay, well, we will jump to the Canada game as soon as this one's over, guys. As soon as this one's over. My apologies. I did not think that they were going to start it early. But apparently they did. 3 minutes and 41 seconds on the clock. Shots 31 Czech. A surprisingly 25 for Switzerland. Do the Swiss have one more in them? What did I say? 4-2 goal prediction? Come on, Switzerland. USA. 3 minutes and 20 seconds. Switzerland pressuring. Nice forecheck. They're unable to keep that puck as it goes around the net. Oh, they have it here now, and a shot. And that goes left and wide. And the puck's going to go up and over the net. 3 minutes on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. 3 minutes on the clock. All right, guys. Wrapping up this one. Again, I've seen crazy things in hockey. Switzerland taking their time out with 3 minutes left. I've seen crazier things in hockey. I'm not betting on the Switzerland coming back in this one, forcing overtime and shootout. I'm sure those in the Canadian Tire Center, too, are really not wanting that as well, as they're there right now, excited for this Canada-Finland game as we are. Gonna make a snack run for the Canada game. Sounds good, Patty the Fatty. Ironically, going to get some snacks. We'll see you back on the next stream. All right, here we go. Pulling the netminder. Here is Switzerland. Looking for the extra attacker. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock, and Switzerland wins the face-off. They send to the blue line, back in deep, fighting for it along the boards. Corner here. Switzerland still has it, going for the cross ice pass, broken up by Czechia. Czechia trying to bat this puck out of their zone. Right wall, goes into the neutral zone, up and high. And Czechia battling for it at center. Czechia has it. Czechia looking for a shot to the empty net. And a backhand score. That is 5-1 for the Czechs, ladies and gentlemen. Sure am not my fault. You don't understand the dirty Volk. And on the empty netter, Czechia gets this one 5-1. Hey, you got to pull the netminder at that point. You got to pull the netminder in that point. You got to gain mass to gain mass. I'm cultivating mass. And there we have it. All right. Face off at center. 2 minutes and 27 seconds on the clock, and the Czechs have it. Switzerland, they're still battling, though, man. They're going to go out on their shield. Tight checking across or along the boards, left side of the Swiss netminder. Czech gets it back. Centering pass and a beautiful save by Switzerland. Switzerland having a tough time getting the puck out of their zone. Czechs keeping it in, and they get a change. Swiss has it in the neutral zone. They send it up the right side. 2-on-1 around the boards it goes. Battling for it. Puck trickles out to center. And unable to capitalize on it were the Swiss. Most people only know the cultivation part. That is true. That is true. 5-1, ladies and gentlemen. 5-1 for the Czechs here. Clock trickling down. 1 minute and 50 seconds remain. Fat Mac was a gem of a method acting. Dude, that was amazing. That was amazing. Face off here, 1 minute and 40 seconds. That was amazing. Shout out to It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. What is going on? What is going on? 1 minute and 30 seconds. Another rush from Switzerland. Unable to capitalize again here. And the Czechs really tightening things up late in this game. Czechs with a nice pass. Right side of the neutral zone. Right side into the Swiss zone. Battling hard here, the Swiss, though, and they get the puck back. Let's see if they got another rush in them and pick in their pocket right before they exited the zone. Where the Czechs send or tried to send it around the net. Bounced off one of the Swiss players' legs. Now they're battling for it in the right corner. Oh, beautiful pass up center again, but no Czech player there, just a Swiss player. Final 50 seconds on the clock, ladies and gentlemen. Final 50 seconds on the clock, and then we're going to quickly end this stream and jump over to Canada versus Finland. Convinced my dad for a while that Colin Farrell actually got that for the Penguin. That's hilarious. 35 seconds on the clock. We got another face-off here to the right of the Swiss netminder. Some beautiful passing here. Beautiful passing right to center. I mean, what a save there by the Swiss goaltender, man. What a save there by the Swiss goaltender. Told him for Christmas. Rumor has it, I almost know puck. Hey, I almost had the 4-2. 35 seconds on the clock. Face-off won by the Czechs. Switzerland looked good, though, Mateo. They had like 3 prime opportunities that the Czech goaltender robbed them of, which was nice. Switzerland unable to capitalize on that takeaway. 19 seconds left. Czechs with their final rush here. Left side. Switzerland breaks that up, and we're going to have an offside call, of course. All right, final 10 seconds of this game, guys. Thank you all so much for joining. Who the hell called a timeout right now? Are you kidding me? Okay, no, there wasn't. The camera was just showing the bench as if it was a timeout here. I was like, are you kidding me? Switzerland pushes that puck up the left side. Can they get one more shot? 3, 2, 1, and that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, thanks, Scott. Appreciate that. And that is it. The Czechs beat Switzerland 5-1. And ladies and gentlemen, I am freaking out of here because we have Canada versus Finland next. If you haven't already, jump over to that stream. Jump over to that stream as we will be live there in just a moment. Just the classic excessive close-up. Thank you guys for joining us for this one. Canada and Finland next. On the other side, we will see you for the main event of the day. Yeah, thank you so much. Like and subscribe, and we'll see you in 2 minutes.